And welcome back, guys, to FTB Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. And last episode we went through and we got started making our materials to make our coke oven, which we have completed, and we threw quite a bit of coal in here, and we're starting to make some coal coke and some creosote oil. I started getting some iron from running our extra dust that we had, and some gravel through our sieve. This is all the materials here that we got so far from that dust that we had. One of the more important ones here is going to be our gunpowder, which we currently have 7 there. I thought we had some more that we got from somewhere. Let's see, where did I put that? Maybe not. Okay, so no gunpowder. I did go ahead and start digging down and found out where we're getting our zombie and spider noises from. There's a pretty big cave down here that I have yet to explore the whole thing, but there's going to be plenty of coal that we can probably dig up down here for our coke oven. Might as well go ahead and grab all that now. I may even use this as the entrance way to start of a mine, where we'll actually just keep digging deeper and deeper after we get all the materials out of this. We can't mine iron yet because our pickaxe is only at copper level. So I think we're going to have to use the iguana tweaks and upgrade to copper next before we can start mining iron, because the iguana tweaks actually kind of tries to force a progressive mining, but I'm not quite ready to just jump straight into having copper as our repair material yet. So we're going to wait on that for a little while. We're not hurting for iron yet, because even though I can't mine iron, we can still get it from our sieve. So the small amount of iron that I do need at this stage of the game, we can get fairly easy. So right now we're just sticking to grabbing all the aluminum and copper that we can get our hands on. And once we get all this stuff built up, we'll create our Java barrels and things like that and start filling those up with all the different ores and different materials. And I keep saying Java barrels, and I really want to start using caches instead of the Java barrels this series. I do have a couple Java barrels already, but in the grand scheme of things, they're just so much more expensive than the caches. For instance, so when I go to make a cache, I get 1 cache for every 4 tin and 1 log. If I make a Java barrel, I need a chest, which is 8 pieces of wood, which is automatically 4 logs right there. Plus we have another 7 logs, plus a half slab. So we're looking at 11 logs just to make a barrel, versus throw a couple pieces of tin in with it and we can get a cache. So and the caches store a lot more, so it just makes sense to go that route. I think we've got plenty of coal for now. Go back and throw all this, put some torches up, throw all of this into our coke oven. That should give us plenty of coal coke to start making some steel, which we're not going to be quite ready for yet until we upgrade our pickaxe. But ooh, we've got some red X's there, and I'm not going to be able to get up there to grab that just yet. I also found, and you may see there's a bunch of ore berries and stuff down here. I did grab a couple of the oreberry bushes for iron, and come on. Okay, so I grabbed the oreberry bushes for, where did I put them? This one. So we got 2 iron ones, and I thought we had some XP ones. Yeah, essence berry. So we are going to eventually make a spot to put those. I haven't quite decided where yet. Might even take a little walkway here and put them back behind the coke oven. And just create another little extra room off from this little walkway that leads into where we're going to have all of our ore berries. Eventually we'll have a harvester that picks all those up, and it is nighttime out there. So the other thing I want to do is I want to start grabbing some of this cobblestone and making massive amounts. Let's see, we have iron. Oh, we actually can make our hammer at this point. And you guys are noisy out there. Okay, so we actually have enough that we can make our hammer at this point. Problem is, I don't have any tin yet. Unless... do I have powdered tin? Iridium, cobalt, zirconium. Ooh, I actually got a piece of zirconium. Okay, so I got enough to make one piece of tin. That's not going to get us any barrels yet. So I think at this point, what do we got down here? More copper, copper. We can't use copper to make a can we? Ooh, induction furnace. Made from, oh, interesting. Okay, copper wires, we can use to make bronze, signal them. Arc furnace. Interesting. So, okay, yeah, we need to get some tin. So I think the next step we need to do is take some of this and we'll just bust this down to gravel. We'll sieve the gravel, because you do actually get more ores by doing the gravel than you do by anything else. Grab that rotten flesh, we'll use that later. So we take our gravel, we throw it through our sieve. And everybody keeps was probably going to ask, but so we take 4 of these, and you'll get your gravel ores. Let me go ahead and grab all the stuff that I'm going to need and put away all the stuff that I don't need. Grab more gravel, throw that, put that. Okay, that should be good. And we'll just keep grabbing more and more of these ores, and I'll demonstrate what I'm talking about here in just a second. And sorry, it is kind of boring watching all this stuff going. Okay, so here we go. We got iron. So, now, if we take 4 of these iron that we had here, which I already did and already smelted them, so iron's probably a bad example. We'll say tin. So if I take the 4 tin, put them in a pattern like that, I get tin ore dust. We smelt this, we get 1 ingot. So if I take 4 of these, I get iron ore gravel. I smelt this, I get 1 iron ore, or iron ingot rather. Excuse me. Jeez, one of them days. Okay, but if I take this iron ore gravel, and where's my hammer? And I put it down, and I smash it. Well, that time I only got 4. But you have a chance of getting up to 7. You'll get 4 automatic. You have 50% chance of getting a 5th one, and then the percentages go down from there. So you can actually get 7 out of that which you can then turn into your ore sand, which you then put down and you also break with your hammer. And look, I got the extra one that time. You get extras that way. So then you have your ore dust that way. So it actually makes sense to start off with the gravel, get the extra ores that way, and then you can gain more ores over time. So we're going to sieve all this up and see if we can get some tin to make some cans. Because if we do, we can make our hammer, and then we'll need 6 pieces of iron after that to make our bucket, on top of the 5 that we're going to use, that we already have to make our hammer with. And I'm just going to do the 1 stack on camera. I'll do a lot more off camera later tonight, so we can stock up on our ores and hopefully start getting our caches put against this wall over here once I dig it out a little bit further. I don't want to do too much of this on camera because it is kind of boring just watching me stand here and sift gravel. How much we got so far? Another iron. We need tin yet. Aluminum, copper, steel. Ooh, steel. That would be nice. Ooh, we got a diamond too. Draconium, iridium. So far, no tin. That is not a good thing. Nickel. Elorium. Getting pretty much everything except for tin. There we go. Now we got some tin. Gone through almost a half a stack to get 1 piece of broken tin ore. That is not good. I'm going to have to go through several stacks of this, which off camera won't be too bad. Again, I don't want to sit here and bore you guys by having you watch me do too much of this. As far as getting materials, raw materials to put through the sieve, the fact that I'm going to take that wall back, a good, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, good 10 blocks that way with how long this wall is, plus we're going to take this wall back some. I will get plenty of cobblestone and gravel to run through the sieve. And we are getting a nice amount of flint back out of this as well. So we'll have plenty of materials to use to repair our pickaxes and things like that. So almost done with this stack. I'd like to get at least 3 pieces of tin. I don't think we're going to get on... I don't think we're going to get enough tin to make our tin cans this episode, but I definitely will tonight. Which at that point we're going to make our hammer, we're going to make our bucket. Once I have a bucket, I'm probably going to go ahead and dig up some of this water, make all of this farmland, and then I still need to push this all back. So it's probably going to be just a couple days of just terraforming before I record again. And then we'll make all that farmland. We'll work on the agricraft, getting our agricraft area set up, and then I'm also going to find an area that we can start doing our botania, I think, for next episode, because we really have not started getting into any of the magic mod stuff yet. I really want to start getting started on the magic as soon as possible. We're already on, what is this, episode 3, episode 4, no, it's going to be episode 4, episode 5. So we're definitely due to start getting into a little bit of the magic, because we haven't touched on any of that yet, and nowhere near enough to make a piece of tin even. Okay, so yeah, we're going to flatten this out. We're going to dig that back, And once I dig that back, what do I got for... I didn't bring my axe with me. So I'm thinking, how big is this mountain? Maybe we'll even flatten this mountain here and put our Britannia stuff. Yeah, this is a much smaller little hill here. Not so big around. I think it still goes up nearly as high as the other one, but we're definitely going to flatten this hill out some. Oh yeah, that's a much smaller hill. I think that's going to be perfect for where we want to put our Britannia and start getting our flowers growing, things like that. Is we'll flatten this hill as well. I'll do all that off camera. Got some poison ivy growing over here. Got some red X's we need to take care of eventually, which will actually take care of themselves once we start terraforming over here. And nope, can't do a gravel ore yet. Although that was tin gravel ore, so curious if this will. So if that's tin gravel ore, no, it doesn't break it. Okay, different type of tin gravel ore. And it is nighttime again already. Wow. So daytimes just are not lasting long enough in this game. And I think we're going to need another chest here just for the stuff I get from putting this gravel through the sieve. So let's go make another double chest. Grab stack of... Wow. Okay. That'll work. Okay. So we will take and do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll set that there for now because we're going to need room in our inventory to put the chest. We'll put the dirt away and throw another chest up here of just all these ores. Flint I will keep on me. This is crushed cobalt. So gravel. We should probably actually move all this dust stuff down to the bottom. We'll put this one, and then we'll actually use this one for sand. And just kind of have a 3-tier system set up there. And then really want to push this wall back some. So let's see, how far can we go here? I think we can take it all the way because the front of this mountain is pretty much flush with our base. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, that'll work out good. And then we'll throw a torch there. We are going to want to dig up that coal. And throw torches there and there. So I've got this plan in my head where I'm just going to open this room up to like a major large room. All the storage is going to be on one extreme. All the big multi-block structures are going to be on this extreme. We'll have all the things like the ore berries and stuff hidden back behind the big multi-block structures. And then here in the middle of the room-ish, we're going to have various tables set up that are going to have our auto processing stuff. So auto crafting tables, our auto sieves, auto hammers, all that type of stuff that we want to use to automatically process these materials will go in various sections throughout the room. We're going to push this wall completely back and eventually dig it up and have all of our power generation and everything back and along that back wall. And then at some point I'm probably going to go ahead and do a cobblestone generator, because we are going to, using the Ex Nihilo, we are going to go through a lot of cobblestone, between crushing it down to make gravel and then running that through the sieves, and so it's definitely worth it, I think, to have a cobblestone generator. Normally I would never do one on a survival series. I usually only do them on Skyblocks type series, but we'll see how much cobble we bring in from mining efforts and things like that before I make a full decision, but we may see one in the future, let me put it that way. Or at the very least an igneous extruder or two that will just crank out a bunch of cobblestone to run through the sieves. Ooh, got haste. So we are up to expert level. So we are one level away from being master on our pickaxe now as well. That is a very, very good thing, especially now that we got the haste. We can do some of the terraforming across the way a little bit quicker. So I think that'll turn out really good. Maybe it won't take me a full day or so to do all the terraforming this way. Especially since we already have the double haste on the shovel. Oops. Okay, put that there, this there. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go pretty good with this. Oops, a little bit of lag. A little bit more of lag. Big lag spike. Come on. Resume, please. Please. Okay, we might have to cut the episode a little short if my game does not decide to unfreeze here in a second. There we go. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there. Usually don't get lag spikes like that on my system. Might be time for a reboot. I haven't rebooted in a couple days. And yes, I know everybody's going to say, I play on Linux, you shouldn't have to reboot every few days. Well, I do a lot, not only game playing on this box, but also I do a little bit of hobby development on the side. May even start doing a couple series on those. I don't know yet, but we'll see. I use this box for quite a bit. It's kind of my all-in-one box. Almost got this dug out. Okay, so this is about the width of the room that I'm planning on doing, and then I think we're going to take this back at least another, I don't know, 15 or 20 blocks that way, and this will just be one ginormous room that we'll have opened up to do all these various tasks or various automation pieces that we want to do. So I am going to do this kind of as a short episode because I do have a lot of terraforming and I don't want to bore you guys with all the terraforming I have to do. But when I come back, this mountain should be gone and that little hill over there should also be gone. And I think we'll be ready to start our Botania pieces at that point. So thanks everybody for joining in. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Leave your comments, questions below. And